Hey there, folks. Just doing some audio testing before we begin. Greetings, everybody. Coinstamp here. Welcome to the pre-stream. At least for those of you on YouTube. Hang on, let me go get the live chat for that. Okay, that's all been fixed. Welcome to the pre-stream. How is everyone doing? I wish I could say that I wasn't feeling tired, but I am still suffering from a bit of fatigue. I'll also apologize for being absent on Thursday and Friday. I was just too physically devastated. It makes it sound like I suffered an injury. No, I was just getting used to the rigors of the job, and while I'm not 100% used to them yet, and it will be terminating tomorrow evening, you know, I'm at least used enough to it that I can stream. I can do this. And I just want to, I guess I want to conclude the pre-stream by thanking everybody so much for, you know, coming on in and hanging out with me, whether you're on YouTube or on Twitch. I really do appreciate it. But now it is time for the actual real stream to begin. Greetings, everybody. Coinstamp here. 1 second. Or Swirling Vortex 09, or Steven, call me whatever would make you feel more comfortable. And welcome back to another episode of Lies of P. Episode number 4. Making the next thumbnail is surely not going to be as challenging, right? I tried something new, or not new, but I tried to draw something on the thumbnail for YouTube. Also, Twitch, say hi to YouTube. We're multi-streaming. Before we begin, I have people to thank. We don't currently have any donators, but I do want to thank people who have donated in the past. I'm extremely grateful for that. Then for this month's subscribers, thank you so much to Mr. Rowan Darcy for their Prime. I hope you enjoy those sweet emotes and the dozen or so Prime benefits. Enjoy those. By the way, I'm gonna do this right now, just to kind of like help sell the process. But if you want to be part of the community, or you just want to be able to keep up with things I'm doing, please consider joining the Discord. I'll put that in the chats now. I have a Google Calendar invitation on the Discord. Feel free to accept that. That way you know exactly when I'm streaming, although today was not my finest hour. I did definitely forget to put that on the calendar. So, you know, I say all that, but I'm still fallible and human. But that I will say, I will then also come back and say that is not the norm. You know, starting Monday, the schedule should be accurate and all that good stuff. Also, I wanted to thank the person that followed me 2 days ago. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I mean that. Now, it's time for me to show my face. Hi. Yeah, you could, when I'm whipping out the springwear, you can probably tell I'm a tad tired, huh? We gotta go back to Hotel Crot. I've been thinking about something. Well, first, before I tell you what I'm thinking, let me tell you what happened. Last time, we made our way to the cathedral after dealing with fuoco, which literally means fire in Italian. Lots of stuff is Italian, because the guy who wrote the source material on which the game is using as reference was Italian. His name was his pen name was Carlo Collodi, but people may also know him by Carlo Lorenzini. He was a prolific Italian author. He had a focus in satire, but most people probably know him for the children's work, The Adventures of Pinocchio, that was published in 1890, which was the year of his death. No. It was 1880, I think. He died in 1890, but he published that, I want to say, in 1880. I have information on this. If you guys want, you can type it in. I'll do it now, just to save everybody some time. For those of you on Twitch, exclamation marks are how you use commands. For those of you on YouTube, asterisks are how you use yours, with the exception of the commands command, which is always accessible on Nightbot by using exclamation mark commands. But if you type in asterisk commands, it calls the same function. So you don't have to worry about having a different Nightbot convention. Just, you know, if you're on YouTube one day and Twitch the next, then I want to adjust myself a little bit here so I can see the whole screen. If you're on Twitch one day and YouTube the next, there are different conventions, but if you're staying on the same platform, there should not be different conventions on a day-to-day basis. Now, like I said, we went through the cathedral. We got up to the library where we met a woman named Cecile, and she asked us to claim a mark from the Archbishop and said that she was the last one alive. And of course, while we haven't been told that anything bad happened to the Archbishop. I'm willing to bet that something happened to the Archbishop. Of course, I know a little bit more because of the unfortunate thumbnail making I had to do, but that is all I will say for now, is that something bad has probably happened to the Archbishop. We're gonna change up our costume. Do I want anything? Sure. Well, we'll go with some antlers. Maybe some glasses. That works. Now, to tell you what I've been thinking about, because this kind of goes... I don't know why I'm pressing select here. This kind of goes back to the chapel. You guys remember those statues with an angel that had one wing? I want to say it had one wing. Well, I've been thinking, what if our pray gesture wasn't just some novelty, but we actually needed to pray at one of these lovely little statues? I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna try it at the altar right at the chapel, and then if I recall correctly, there's a statue just a bit before the chapel stargazer that also has an angel with one wing, and so that I'm gonna try a prayer there and see if something happens. Worst case scenario, you know, I'm just wasting time, but this game has already shown that gestures matter a lot. They aren't just random bits that have occasional use. A cough, cough, erudition gesture from Elden Ring, cough, cough, but that most of the gestures have a use here. Now, okay, this one is not an angel, but I'm gonna pray at it anyway. I just need to get the correct with Stalker's Promise. Face of Loss. Is it? Oh, I hope we have the right gesture. I may have to look this up, actually. Because I want to say there definitely is something you could do with the statues. I'm just not sure if that is the correct case. We'll know, because I want to say praying at the statue would give us some humanity. That seems like a human thing to do. Puppets don't pray at statues, but humans do. Okay, so I'm looking for a specific statue, I want to say. Should be one that has exactly one wing. Those all have two wings. All of them. I will say, unlike the Elden Ring Reforged commands you may be used to, this lovely statue. Okay. Pray, you who are exhausted and injured. Okay. Nothing. That's fine. So, let me see if there is something... Let me see if there's something on the wiki about this. I'm like a 99% confident that why else would there be a statue here telling you to pray, right? Like, I'm thinking about it logically in game. That is a call to use a gesture, but remembrance may not be the correct one. There may actually be a pray gesture. I might need to look at ending information, because this sounds like the type of thing that's tied to an ending. And my reasoning for that statement has to do with, well, we've talked about how we might have to lie to people, and I get the feeling we're gonna have to lie here. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm looking this up on my phone because I don't want to spoil people unnecessarily. I'm spoiling myself so that you don't have to. Okay, let's see if we've collected something. I think we've been reading a lot of stuff. Document. See, it feels like I should have a gesture here. Remember that the face of lost, even a saint's words cannot provide solace. Let me see if it's in the library then. It's possible we just didn't find... we didn't find the thing we're looking for. Because the woman's prayer is not the same thing. It's something completely different. Alright, so let's go back to that Stargazer, and we're gonna look at the library. And hopefully not bump into the Archbishop before we've had a chance to find a piece of documentation. Because I am trying to shoot for the true ending. I am aware that it exists. I will not say much more than that because I want us to experience it together as much as we can. We're going to go over here, and we're going to go back to the library, because I have to remember that we teleported to the library, not the cathedral, not the library. All right, so let's just see if she's left a written not a written confession, but like, let's just see if there is a written confession anywhere, some kind of document. What else would you use to get a prayer except someone's written confession somewhere? Perhaps yours, Cecile? Gotta check every single bookshelf. And there's definitely gonna be an upper floor. Nice. I don't know what trap we triggered, but whatever. I just want to be careful here. We're just gonna toss this and have her come this way. Nice. Come on. So I'm pretty sure I'm pretty confident in or is this something we have to like okay. I hope it's not nestled in one of these. Gotta be careful. I don't want to, like, die. So just gonna be safe rather than sorry. Come on. Is there at least a floor? There is at least a floor down there. Oh, there's like quite a few bits of floor. Yeah, let's try not to fall down any holes. Those are usually one-way trips in Souls-like games. If they aren't straight up death, they're usually a one-way trip. Or it's so painful to get back that why would you bother? Did that? Huh. Okay, at least not, bumping into walls doesn't reduce durability. Come on. Alright. Come this way. I'm gonna wait. Oof. Also, I totally did not mean to do that. Yeah, stop pulling stuff out of your belly, woman. Don't do that. That's gross. I can get that checked out. Why do I get this sneaking feeling? I certainly don't want a globule of decay falling on top of me. That wouldn't be super smart. Okay, so this is apparently a set of steps. Good. Ooh, grody. Crescent Moonstone. Awesome. Which means if I really am committed to a dagger being like my second weapon, I can upgrade it pretty easily. The key to operating in Souls-like games is having enormous amounts of patience. Hello. This is why the cathedral was built and remembered. Pilgrims worship the merciful angel. So far, it just seems like it has the trappings of a generic church. So I'm not really sure what would cause all this decay to be ever omnipresent in the room. It sort of seems like something much more sinister happened here. Maybe someone in a position of authority, like, fell? In which case, you know, I really, truly wonder what happened to Archbishop Andreas. Because a holy man of his stature surely would have been able to do something. Okay, we're back up in the library proper. Just patience. Right, can't dodge that. Wow, so those combos like really trap you there. Good lord. Okay, at least we get a... I didn't even pay attention to my weapon durability, which is really bad. Bad form. Sorry about that. I didn't want you guys to hear sneezing. I'll do my best to keep the sniffling to a minimum. Now, I do want to say that unfortunately, because of the nature of my job that I'm working right now, even though I would love to stream until 6, I cannot. I have to stop at 5:30 and I have to cut and run. But like I said before, when Monday strikes, the job will be finished, and I could do all of the usual end of stream practices that I think are just good to do. Just want to make sure I don't miss any kind of important documentation, just anything in general this library has to provide. I see we have some emergency protection. We should explore first so we don't get... Nope, right. We headed here. We headed here, then up through these steps. Here's squeaking, which isn't a good thing, by the way. Man, we just have... Well... I'm doing the typical streamer thing of not looking up, so let's fix that. Yeah, in Souls-likes, not looking up will kill you sometimes. What's the point in... Is this to burn the decay? Yeah, so here's the library. I want to say that this unlocks the shortcut back to the main library, which is good. All right, let's push this and see what happens. Hashtag not sponsored by Zaxby's. Or Coke for that, Coca-Cola for that matter. So there's like a chain that can be pulled. Wow, so strong. And sing praise for a new saint has arrived. I, Saint Andreas, will consecrate this land. I get the feeling something doesn't sit right with me. One half with the statues aren't like don't have lit candles and the others do. But we're not done with this place in the slightest. We need to explore everything first. Because I get the feeling that we might find Saint Andreas behind those doors. Saint being in air quotes there. Okay, so let's go up here. Archbishop's diary. Cecile is unwell again. Today, Brother Adam found her standing like one of the dead at the edge of a cliff and brought her back. If it's mild sleepwalking, it's fine, but I'm worried it's her old blood compulsiveness again. I know about her strong beliefs better than anyone else, so it's really too bad. God will be glad with the atoned. Perhaps I should ask her for atonement for visiting the Isle of Alchemists. I have the relic in my hand, thanks to Cecile. I won't let those bastards ruin Krat anymore. This will purify the city. Maybe it was a mistake to accept those guys from the beginning. This disaster was divine judgment. This should have been turned away all those 30 years ago, but this will be the end. God is a city... Wow. Krat is a city blessed by God. I was going to say God is a city blessed by Krat, and that would have been... Oh, that would have been quite the can of worms. Krat is a city blessed by God, and I, Andreas, will come to its rescue. The journal is badly torn. Why me? Oh, Andreas, what happened? Why you? Ew, decay. At least it doesn't, like, perpetually give me decay buildup. The Archbishop's holy mark, which we had a chance to miss before. Workshop Union strengthening frame. That is quite a weight increase, but it's got much better damage reduction. Okay, right. The last frame item made by the Workshop Union. When the handcrafting workshop came out with a better item, the Workshop Union gave up on its development. Yay, we got enough capacity to wear it. Cool. But we found the bishop's mark of office, so to speak. I was really looking forward to finding some documentation instead, but I'll settle for, you know, finding the holy mark. Maybe we should talk to Cecile before continuing? Alright, so we know where the boss is. So now what's over here? We're heading up. That's a good sign.
Damn it. I can't find the way out. monsters everywhere. I need to grab my share and leave.
Okay, we've come out to a balcony. And a guy trapped here, seemingly. Alright, my fine friend, who are you?
Oh, that's odd. I thought I was the only one with a sound mind here. Sure I don't need to introduce myself? Note these golden wings? Yes, you guessed it. You don't know who I am. Preposterous! Everyone in Krat has heard of me. Do you live under a rock? I'm Alidoro the Hound, treasure hunter extraordinaire. Yes, it's a nickname. I ditched my real name in the past. I'm looking for other survivors of this disaster, but it's been a lonely search, and there's danger around every corner. Do you know of a place where I can take refuge? Preferably someplace clean and comfortable, you know, civilized.
I want to say it's Vanini Works.
Vanini Works? I didn't give that place much thought. That's where the puppets are being made, after all. But I heard tell of a shelter there as well. With no first-hand knowledge, I suppose I have to trust you. I have a lot of searching ahead of me, so why don't I lighten my load? Consider this an act of charity. A thank you gift. Take it.
Okay. So...
Since you're so helpful, I'll give you a peek at my collection. Show me what you're worthy of.
Tell me about the collection.
As a descendant of aristocrats, the very best families, I have a duty to the common people. I live my life fulfilling that duty. And part of that duty is ensuring these items are returned to their rightful owners. What I'm showing you is just a portion of the collection. If you come to the refuge, we'll be able to continue our confabulation. Until then, remember this hound when golden wings shine.
Kill strong enemies to gain rare ergo. Alidoro is a treasure hunter who collects this rare ergo. You can exchange it for Alidoro's precious weapons or amulets. Ah, okay. I get the feeling I'm gonna want the amulets. Here. Dancing One's amulet. Broken Hero's ergo. Oh, I think you can only pick one. You can only pick one. Oh, man, I don't... Increases weapon attack in proportion to number of fable slots. We're like more of a legion build. Interesting. Well, let's read all these because we're only going to be able to pick one. Seven coil spring sword. A precious 7-coil spring sword that was stored in the workshop tower. Even Geppetto could not replicate this fine masterpiece. 7 hashtags on 7 blades. The text that remained engraved on the Eastern relic inspired the workshop technicians to make a masterpiece for this generation. And then we have... do damage reduction rate while guarding. Oh no, that's a thing every weapon gets. 7 explosions, a strong downward blow. When you cut downward, multiple explosions will deal damage to the enemies in front of you. And then guard parry. Okay. Okay. Dancing One's amulet. The best parade is never swayed by any obstruction. One must be prepared to make a great effort to put on a magnificent show. And we have etiquette. A self-defense weapon adored by the leader of the bastards. It can be disguised as an umbrella, but it bares its teeth in the moment of attack. Social dignity can be seen not only in the ballroom, but also on the battlefield. What are we, Penguin? I'm sorry, his name would be Oswald Cobblepot. The leader of the bastards did not lose his poise on either stage. Then, single stab, gather your strength for a big forward piercing attack. Whoops. And then absolute counterattack. Perfectly block the enemy's attack temporarily. Right after a successful guard, use Fable Arts to trigger an extra attack. And then we have Extreme Modification Amulet. The Scrapped Watchman was an experimental piece modified to the extreme to test how far Krot's engineering skills could go. Not really something I would have modified the police construct for, but okay. The result was impressive, but ultimately came at a cost, I can imagine. Holy Sword of the Ark. King's Flame Ergo. A special greatsword that was lying asleep in the St. Frangelico Cathedral. It can transform between a special greatsword and a glaive. The Ark's Saintness weapon was reproduced for puppet use, and it made a grand appearance at Krot events. However, its legendary holiness could not be reproduced. So it's a trick weapon, kind of. Patient Smash. Gather your strength for a strong hit. Hold down the attack button for a stronger one. Alter. Transforms the length of the handle. After transforming, stamina consumption is reduced temporarily. So it turns into a polearm. That's neat. Conquering Amulet. Upon a successful perfect guard, temporarily increases damage inflicted by weapon attacks. An amulet that could be... Oh, right. Yep. The puppet heads to the place where fire, electricity, and acid flow. It must not be withstood, but overcome and passed. We probably want this one. And these two weapons. Although the trick weapon would be very cool. Yeah, not enough materials. I didn't think so. I wonder if there would be some kind of ergo duplication later.
Since you're so helpful.
And those special weapons all have to be upgraded with a different moonstone. The crescents aren't gonna cut it. But on the upside, that does in fact mean that we can... Okay, actually what we're gonna do is swap these out for... Just gonna test out some new arms while we're here. Okay, this is a great sword. Wait a sec. Oh, so the extra blades only pop out during a heavy attack? Is that it? Right, it's... Right, no jumping attacks, so we're pretty good here. What about this lovely beauty? I thought for sure we would get to play with the actual Oh, this is rapier moveset? Interesting. Ah, and there's an umbrella. The umbrella actually pops open. Well, if you like rapiers, you're going to like this, but... And I do like them, and in this game it seems fine, but... Hold on, why is there an icon at the bottom of this? Oh, because it's been cranked. That's what it is. It's indicating that a crank has been used. So cranks are both like they're like an upgrade, and they're like an infusion at the same time. Right, so we've unlocked this. Good thing we did. Wow, okay. Yeah, I guess I'll take all the decay being burned out. Good up there. Now we had some holes we could fall down into. So now here, the question is, which hole do we want to fall into? So let's just take a quick crack. Let's take a quick peek. So this is why we love using our cameras, folks. And if I just do a quick click of the stick. Wow, let's try saying that 5 times fast. I don't see anything. Don't see anything. Okay, but is this a shortcut? No, it is not. Or maybe it is. Oh, no, it is, but not from here. Oh. We didn't have enough health. Oops. Pinocchio. What's a great way I could get my resources back? Gemini. Falling? Pinocchio. Okay. No, wrong hole, and you're too low on health. I was trying to imitate the scene from The Emperor's New Groove, where Eastman was essentially like, pull the lever, Kronk. Wrong lever! And all that other fun stuff. Old Disney movie. No, it's Pixar, isn't it? I don't remember which one it is. I do know you're back here, Cecile.
Oh, thank you. Just seeing the Archbishop's holy mark renews my spirit. It's a reminder of the quiet power of faith. I'll remember this forever, Stalker.
Thank you.
It's a reminder of the quiet power of faith. It's a reminder of the...
You're welcome, Cecile. You are utterly and completely welcome. Nah, that gives a different bit of context. Some information I looked at earlier, unfortunately. So what, it's like over here? Trying to remember where we went. go ahead and cut that. Use the terrain to your advantage, ladies and gentlemen. Best way to help yourself. Just gonna go down and, like, kill all these normal people. Just absolutely, totally normal people. So much for normal. I could have swore I was not out of stamina there. But whatever, game. Take my health away from me. Sure. Okay, we've got our ergo, but that does not do anything for our health. Ooh, Legion caliber. Nice. And we got an advanced crank. That is awesome. So I guess not all the dimensional... Okay, gotta watch out for them squares. Those are traps. Right there, those are pressure plates. The place is cursed. It is the abyss of hell. You cannot leave. The only thing waiting for you is despair. This place looks like it. All right, we're gonna open this. They call it the arm of God. You arrogant ones, you have called the wrath of God upon yourselves. Okay. So we fell down the holes, got a neat crank, but now what? Okay, we end up back there. Oh, no we don't. No, we do not. Because this would have been it right here. No. Yeah, we run out of stamina a lot. Maybe some more stamina would be a good thing. Oh, hello. I guess we just never went through here? No, we did. We did. We commented on the missing spots for busts earlier. All this blue blood. Okay, there's probably some stuff up here. Cool. We have a pulse cell ready for use. Yay. Also, let me make sure my whisper panel is up so I can see people who perhaps don't want to be chatty in public, which I totally get and is 100% valid. This was the ow. Huh. Now, you know what I find interesting? Is if you look at this place, look at this chair. Also, is that a twinkly? I thought I saw a twinkly. Please don't tell me we have to roll over books, piles of books. But look at this candelabra, pure gold. Look at the chair, solid tapestry. The safe where papers are kept, made out of solid wrought iron. And a chalice, also made of pure gold, adorned with fancy patterning. That kind of like, it isn't 100% rendered properly. Because you're not meant to look at it up close. Now, chat, I don't know about you, but when I see a place like this fallen into disrepair and the Archbishop's office has these like golden items in it, you know what I think happened? And this is just me going out on a limb. What if Archbishop Andreas was the man that fell? And he fell by being greedy. This game draws heavy illusions. Heavy illusions? Is that right? The game draws heavy, or draws upon the heavy use of sin. Greed is one of the 7 deadly sins. It is the kind of thing that it is like the quintessential sin. Okay, and this brings us up top, so we actually have to go somewhere else right now. Actually, we have to go back up top, back up through the top. But greed is a deadly sin, and greed corrupts, power corrupts, and both together in unison, put together with a rather wide bit of dedication, zealous dedication to one's craft even, and you end up with the perfect recipe for someone to be corrupted, for their virtue to turn to vice, just like that, the snap of a finger. I think that's what happened, but that's just me. Okay, so let's go ahead and use the Stargazer here and rest. It feels like there's just a hidden wall somewhere. It is the library. It would be the place that has one. Wow, I should totally be able to stab through those books right now. You got anything new to say, Cecile?
It's a reminder of the...
No? And, you know, another thing is, like, there were works collected here. Could we try, like, a remembrance gesture here? What about in front of Miss Cecile? Nope, no such luck. Okay, so I'm gonna look into a couple of things. We're gonna take a break. For those of you that haven't been here before, we take 5-minute breaks around here. I usually run 90 seconds of ads. For those on Twitch, I can't do anything like that on YouTube, so that it'll be a rather lonely 5 minutes. But I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me so far, and I'm looking forward to the next 2.5 hours. Oh, and because we have a half hour instead of a full hour, during the this or the next, but the final ad break will be 3 minutes instead of 5. And there will be 30 seconds of ads instead of 90 seconds of ads. But I will see you guys after the break. Thank you so very much for watching. Thank you. Sorry about that. I got caught up doing a maintenance task. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their extended break. Want to thank everybody again for being here with me. If you guys like this content and hadn't considered doing so, please follow and or subscribe if you're on Twitch or YouTube respectively. They're great ways to enjoy free benefits, and make sure the notifications are turned on so you don't miss any featured content. Also, join the Discord. I already shilled that very early on, but I'm gonna make another crack at it again. We have a really quiet, small community. I am looking to fix or change that, but it takes time. It takes a lot of time to do. You have to spread a lot of goodwill through the internet, which is not an easy thing to do, given how dire the world really is. Anyway, enough referring to geopolitical events, as well as events here at home in my country. The important point is, I want to offer one little bit of refuge where things can be discussed in a peaceful way, that if people seek to solve problems with it, great. If people want to vent about it and that's all, or seek validation through some other means, that's also fine with me. That's what my Discord is for. I've got all kinds of tools. I've got all kinds of technical documents in there. I've got a ton of resources. Come check it out. And I've got plenty of bots to help smooth out the onboarding process. You just have to come in and collect a couple of roles and you should be good to go. Do note that you don't have to you don't have to collect any roles for onboarding. My bot, Senator Gideon, already does this. Or Carl Bot, that's the real bot's name is Carl Bot. But if you be careful with the roles you grab. The instructions are pretty clear, but just don't grab a role that is supposed to be for paid members, because freemium, am I right? Or am I right? I can't lock things by timed roles or those kinds of things are just not available to someone who doesn't pay for Carl Bot or any other bot out there. So I do have to manually regulate who has the paid benefits roles. I do check that. So just follow the instructions. It'll be pretty clear once you do. Anyway, did we not ever rest at the Stargazer? I don't think we ever did. That's weird. Yeah, but we don't actually have a stone. Do you have to unequip the stone from the cube? Hold on, we're gonna go see our good friend at the chapel. I hate to bother you, my fine friend, but I need you to charge the Swish Stone somehow, if you're capable of it.
Gold coin trees are said to blossom when plague stalks the land.
Thank you, my friend. Now that that has happened, we are going to go teleport back to the library. I know what we need to do now. That's what I was more or less looking into, because I do want, this is supposed to be a 100% showcase Let's Play, and so I cannot stand in the quagmire and try to figure things out forever. I know what we gotta do, but I'm not going to spoil it. Instead, I'm just going to demonstrate. Also, we gotta deal with whatever boss this is. Hooray! I think I know who it is. If the thumbnail was any indication, I at least know what they look like. Let's open this door. I'll do the major shilling in the next hour, like subscriptions for Twitch and stuff. That can happen later. That must be the picture of Archbishop. Holy hell! What does this feel like a talking caterpillar reference? Oh, so that was a mask, was it? That is a hideous monstrosity. Yeah, our boy fell. Okay, we're gonna calm it down, bud. Back off. Ah, so the backside is, backside's fleshy, huh? Ah, so this is a boss with 2 proper phases. At least I think so. And there's no reason not to think that there's two phases, because you guys noticed the long, lanky form that was suddenly nowhere to be seen, right? I'm willing to bet, like, heavens to Betsy, I'm willing to bet that there is a second form, and it's probably got to do with what this feels like Gaping Dragon, where Gaping Dragon had a bit of a phase 2. This feels like much the same thing. Wow, these attacks have some serious delay to them. We're gonna be here a while, guys. until I get the timing right. But we got to get the perfect guards down, because if we don't get it down, we're not winning. We're not going anywhere. The game has been linear up to this point, so we might as well continue to treat it that way. In the meantime, what we should probably really do is go level up and like dispense with some upgrades. I think that's going to be good for us. So what I'm thinking is we go upgrade first, because that does cost some ergo to do. Also, we need to figure out, we probably should just replace this with the amulet. I was afraid that was going to make us slightly heavy. So I guess we'll just have to use the carrier's amulet. Hotel Krot.
You're changing somehow. That is how you are unique. You can go beyond a puppet's limits. I don't even know if Geppetto is aware of this. Learn from how humans behave, how they feel. Even lie if you must. Those lies may change you, may rewrite reality. Lies are a weapon used by humans who thrive in a world of deception. I'll use my power to...
How much does a level up? It can't be cheap. Yeah, 36k or 36,000, 3,600.
I always welcome.
I feel confident about upgrading the dagger.
I know my way around.
But now we're gonna give the final upgrade to the stick head, of course. And as you can see, we can use the Dark Moonstone of the Covenant to upgrade these things if we want. Let's alter the handles. No, I don't want to do that. Can use 2 advanced cranks to boost the rate to an S. Or we can make this an A. I think making that an A is probably good. Now we have some pretty powerful weapons.
Welcome to...
Let's sell our ergo fragments that we do not need. Can I comment on just how pretty this game is? I love the aesthetic. I've said it before. I'll say it again. The aesthetic is a really awesome one.
I'll use my power.
We're gonna give this over to capacity so that we can eventually switch off to we can eventually equip the bigger attack boost, because we need to perfect guard in this game. That's the only way we're advancing anywhere. And maybe after this, you know, I'll check into a few events, but we can grind. And then we could figure out what else we want to do from there. Maybe go try to find Alidoro after the misdirective lie we just gave him. All right, Archbishop Andreas, let's do this. I was doing so good, too. Oh, so close. But we're gonna have to last a lot longer than that. We gotta get through phase 2. At least I'm 100%. I'm like 100% sure there's a phase 2. There's no way there's not. So I'm gonna speak assertively on this. There's probably a phase 2. I'm just gonna say there is. And you know, if there ain't, for whatever reason, that's fine. That's perfectly valid. But I'm like 99 to 100% confident about the phase 2. Alright, yep, I thought there would be a phase 2. Real gaping dragon moment. Peak male body. I think that's how that meme kind of goes. I'm pretty sure it just merged 2 memes, but whatever. Oh, yeah, so that's what that gaping maw revealed. The endless maw of greed. I'm almost 100% sure that's what this guy fell to, was his own greed. So now, his new front side... Yeah, well, he confirms it. Cool. So the sin of greed. So we do, in fact, need to make it... We need to get through both phases. And that means we have to, like, almost flawless. We have to flawless. We'll just unequip that for now. We have to flawless phase 1 or get really close to it. All right, we skip with A. We've already seen this. Oh, cool. All right. So that's just a new attack, is it? I'm beginning to think he charged for the church services. Faintly the direct deposit for a lot here. Yeah, Niv, you're probably right. For those who don't know, a Niv is a Markov chain algorithm AI chatbot. He is here to help keep me sane. The fact that he is here, I say he, but it isn't it, means that I am one of the 100 streams that a Niv can be a part of. Yeah, that's right. A Niv can only be in 100 streams at any given time. And a lot of their learning took place in the Super Metroid speedrunning community. So a lot of the things they say will in fact in part be based on that. Not much more I can say though. We gotta keep practicing at Mr. Andreas here. I wouldn't be surprised if this took all session. Alright, good. Right, I'm pressing start. I should be pressing A. Got him. I didn't have to deal with that nasty front half at all. I basically chose not to stagger him, or have an easier time staggering. I don't like what just happened.
And now, the stage is set.
Geppetto, is that you? It sure looks like Geppetto. At least it's the back side of him. Eliminated. Twisted Angel's Ergo.
Want to go back to the old Krat. The old me. Before the greed overtook me.
Yeah, so the kindly Archbishop fell, and I'm not surprised that this is what happened, because he was in charge of the refugees, right? And I'm willing to bet this is what happened to them. They trusted him, and he stabbed their back. Maybe he already fell by the time the refugees were here. I'm not 100% sure. Thank you for your kindness. I am a sinner who murdered innocent people in the past. I couldn't suppress the monster in me. Only the Archbishop saved me. Of course he was a human who makes mistakes. Even saints succumb to wealth and power. But at least I can live as myself, and that's a huge blessing. So yes, I believe that he was a saint. He fell a far way from being a saint. That's like, it's an active game, so I need to avoid spoilers. In Shin Megami Tensei 5, there's a linchpin of an ending, and they go through like a really complete 180 of a transformation. That's all I can say. Nobody else goes through such a harsh transformation like they do. To those of you who've played Shin Megami Tensei 5, and I am aware that vengeance is out there making waves. I do want it. But that has to wait. To those of you who played SMT5, you probably know who I'm talking about. For those of you that don't have the game, go get the game. Vengeance is good. I've heard a lot of great things about it, and it's even 2 games in 1 in some instances. Now you've opened the second path. Thank you for letting me live as a human, not a monster. Farewell. It's slowly turning redder and redder. It must be evidence of the rose-colored love. You will whisper again soon. For God, for your beloved. Divine service for any affair. I don't think we reset durability. We do reset durability. Alright, so before we go deal with the man who probably set the stage, Geppetto, we gotta go check out the workshop union entrance. I don't want to say we gotta lie to this miser again, but I'm not 100% sure. Miser, he's like the rare ergo merchant. I believe we have to lie to him again. Just gonna do a quick look-see to make sure, but that is in fact what we have to do. Okay. My fine friend. Where bees you? It's kind of like supposed to be here, so I guess we need to find out if he's like over at the entrance or if he's somewhere else. Yeah, let's check behind us first. Wow, you guys mean serious business. I don't see him out here. Now, if I remember, you know, like the playtest correctly, I did see it. There's like supposed to be some sort of King of Riddles guy. This was months before the game released, and there was like a playtest going on. I thought so.
Another fine day in the city of Krog, but I wonder, my friend, just where you've been? Oh.
I roll.
Congratulations! You've been selected from this cast of a little for an exclusive, obtrusive, intrusive transmittal from me, Arlecchino, the king of all riddles. Now, you know what I'm called, and why I called you, and I want to know your name, but not till we're through. For as soon as I learn that's one riddle burned, and I do love a mystery, don't you? Now, only the living solve riddles, as everyone knows. That's a must. When your city is so full of puppets, it seems are about fit to bust.
I roll.
It's time for the riddle. No more waiting. We thank you for participating. By morning, it walks on feet numbering 4. At midday, just 2. No less and no more. It walks on 3 feet when the evening arrives. And if you solve this, then I'll know you're alive.
It's a human.
Correct. Fantastic insights, caller. But not everything has to rhyme, you know. I'm not a caricature. I'm the king of riddles. That said, how do we know you didn't just get lucky? Even a stopped clock is right twice a day, and even a puppet can be accidentally correct just by random chance. Still, a promise is a promise. Arlecchino, tell him what he'll get. Thanks, Arlecchino. Caller, your correct answer has earned you a Trinity key. Doors and keys and doors, the subjects of puzzles and riddles galore. My next riddle won't be so simple to crack. Arlecchino's the king. Not some riddling cheap jack.
Only hissing static. The phone is disconnected. How did I miss this? Unsure. So our lovely friend, the Trinity Key. Let's go see it. Grander modification tool. That's no. That is. We have pray. Okay, we'll swap out remembrance for pray. And what does it say? Prayers for perform the pray gesture. Prayers for God, mourning for the departed, whatever they are. They're not emotions ordinary puppets could feel. How true. Oh, we didn't even read the Trinity key. Let's do that now. A key obtained from the King of Riddles quiz. The key probably unlocks something. The Sacred Triangle was some organization's secret mark. Rumor has it that this organization was Krot's true master. So, we have not found our friend. We found a new friend by the name of Arlecchino, but we have not found the friend I wanted to find, and that was the one we sent here. So I definitely want to say that he's like up somewhere in the entrance.
You? I didn't think we'd ever meet again. Can't say I'm happy to see you, though. Sorry, I let my frustration get the better of me. This place is crawling with hostile puppets. You must have known that, but you still sent me here. Honor and trust are everything to this hound. You've insulted me to the core. I'll never forgive you. But perhaps there's a shred of decency in you, so I'll ask again. Do you know of a safe place? Nice try, but I've been there already and I know better. The puppets have already destroyed that place. Again, you spurn my trust. But even a brave soul like me cannot afford another enemy in times like these. I shall show you mercy. Perhaps it will inspire a nobler spirit in you. But beware, do not fool me ever again.
The ergo is whispering.
You tricked me with your lie. You disappoint me. But I'm no stranger to beneficence, so I shall let it pass one more time. Know that even my forgiveness has its limits. Remember, the hound's fangs crave the traitor's neck. You tricked me with your time. Remember, it seems the hotel is the only other option. You tricked me with your time. Remember,
I'm willing to bet if we go to the hotel now, he'll be there. Yeah, that is what I thought. Then afterwards, I think we should check out the Trinity Key. I know it's somewhere. I know the spot for it is like somewhere in the Venini works, but I'm not 100% sure about that. We passed by one earlier on in episode 3, I think, or 2.
The cathedral. It seems nowhere is safe now. Maybe those who went there seeking refuge became monsters somehow. But the petrification disease turns you to stone, not into a monster. I'm worried about the Malum district, just below the cathedral. I wonder whether there are monsters there, too.
I'm a little worried about spending ergo when we could possibly, like, use it for upgrades.
Welcome to Hotel. The Grand Cup first.
No. I'm not looking for that. Okay, we have quartz. And we have two of these, which we're going to buy. Which we can use for unique weapons. I'm probably not going to use them on either the umbrella or the the branch sword, but I do at least want to have them in my possession.
You know that stalker, the hound? Is it true you brought him here? Wow, I didn't know he was still alive. Thank heavens. I haven't seen him in person, and I don't know how I'd react. How do you thank the man who saved your life? I'm so glad that someone so kind has reached safety. And speaking of safety, please take care of yourself out there. You're not the only one who's curious. Most people get around to asking where I'm from. My looks give it away, don't they? Suffice it to say, I'm from the country of the morning, beyond the ocean. But I wouldn't be much of a tour guide. All I know about it is their weapons. My family was a house of weapons specialists. It's quite a reputation to live up to. They almost took charge of planning for the grand exhibition. But that's their reputation, not mine. And they deserted me when I was little. I don't even know who they are. And my reputation is my own. I suppose my only connection to them would be weapons. So I'm an orphan, and that hardly makes me exotic in Krat. Can I help you with anything else?
I see. Unfortunately, we don't have any advanced cranks. I feel pretty confident with the weapons I'm getting. Right, Mr. Vanini. Actually, before that...
At the house of Vanini, even...
I've been investigating the puppet frenzy, and it looks like I need your help. First, let me show you a little something I've been working on. I call it the Ergo Wavelength Decoder. The name lacks a certain flair, but I assure you it works. If my suspicions are correct, something in the puppet's very ergo is causing their aggression. My decoder can find malicious signals within the waves, but I cannot possibly get close enough to gather the ergo wave records myself. You, on the other hand, would you? Could you? I refuse to believe the King of Puppets is truly behind this puppet rampage. It's too simple, but also a bit too much even for him. No. I suspect the ergo itself is corrupted, or at least compromised. I do so desperately want to find the cause, as I'm sure you do too, my friend. It breaks my heart to see puppets turned into murderous tools of bloodshed.
Huh.
I always welcome...
So we've got the wavelength decoder. But for what? That would be a collectible. An ergo wavelength decoder left by Vanini. This device finds errors in the Grand Covenant imprinted on the puppets. Vanini decided to analyze the puppet's ergo wavelengths to determine the cause of the puppet frenzy. You should be able to collect quite a number of records while getting rid of the puppets all over Krot. I really think our friend Geppetto was behind this. It certainly looked like him. But you never know. I could be wrong. I would be hopeful. I would hate to think that such a nice old man would be much less nice, but this wouldn't be a dark twist if this game wouldn't be a dark twist of itself if, Geppetto weren't somehow twisted into this desperate, raving, genius madman. Well, hello, good sir. Glad you could make it.
Oh, it's you. This hotel is indeed a refuge from the dangers of the outside world. I am the Hound, a descendant of the city's most aristocratic families. Repaying debts is what we nobles do. Betrayal creates a debt that is particularly hard to pay back. But I'm a man with generosity and mercy in abundance. I shall give you the honor of viewing my treasure so that you may apologize. However, you must prove your worthiness. For this legendary treasure, the ergo of a powerful enemy shall suffice. It's up to you if you want to make the exchange. Take your time to admire it. I've certainly done likewise.
Show me that you're worthy to wield it. He didn't say the line. All right, so what do we have here? An amulet. Okay, so each rare ergo has both a weapon and a amulet it could be redeemed into. Trident of the Covenant. I would expect this to be a technique weapon. The ritual trident that was lying asleep in the relic of Trismegistus. Or it could be Trismegistus, but I want to say it's Trismegistus. Or Trismegistus, and the S is silent. It is presumed to have once belonged to a great warrior who served an ancient king. The warrior of the sea vowed to protect the people from the cursed relic. He kept his vow even when his skin was mashed until it was green. What? Wait, so the guy had like gangrene somehow? Link rush forward and stab, uses an extra fable slot to jump in place and deliver a powerful downward strike. And the guard parry. Okay, that's standard fare for technique weapon. Lots of technique weapons seem to have like a guard parry available. Let's see. There was a time when even puppets were treated as heroes in Krat. This amulet is the vestige of a fireman puppet who was called a hero, the Nameless One's amulet. It has a chance of none being consumed when pulse cells are used. Ah, so you want the amulet here. Did we ever read the rare ergo for the Archbishop? I don't think we did. Gold caused even the devout symbol. Let's try that again. Gold caused even the devout saint to crumble little by little. Unable to acknowledge how corrupt he had become, he escaped into a delusion that he had been chosen by the angel, the one-winged one we saw earlier. Well, I could get 5,000 ergo. Show me that you're worthy to wield it. I probably should actually hear that line.
A great weapon calls for a great warrior. Show me that you're worthy to wield it.
All right, there we go.
People have no... Thanks for keeping...
Okay, so we've talked to everyone but Geppetto himself, and now we need to talk to him. Geppetto, I want to believe you're not behind this nonsense. I want you to prove that to me. I think I'm worth that much.
A victim of the petrification disease turned into a monster. That's just tragic. Could the disease lead to puppet frenzy? No, that doesn't make sense. Remember, puppets cannot get the disease. But puppets shouldn't frenzy either. I made them to obey and protect humans, not go berserk and harm them. But the stalkers blame me. They think I worked with the alchemists to spread the disease to puppets. How sad. All this resentment, with a lie at the root of it. That's why my only wish is that you stay a good boy. No resentment, no lies. The city asked me any...
Tell me about the Malum no, actually, I want to hear what he has to say about this.
I had hoped for good news, but everyone's dead. How terrible. I remember the Archbishop fondly. To think he became such a monster. Even the puppet frenzy isn't as shocking as that. You think it's the water? Thinking about the city's pipes, they connect to the Malum district. Their water supply might be tainted too.
And he shouldn't have anything new to say about the Malum district, because we haven't actually been there yet. So let's activate our P organ. Got 2 quartz. We've spent 1 here. Durability is at maximum. Yeah, that's not very good. Let's go for enhanced weapon attack when discharged. Now we have to figure out increase pulse cells. I want to say that these aren't like aren't cumulative. We want the best, only the best one. I'm not 100% sure about that though. Well, we have to do something to get through the phases, so we gotta pick one. Let's increase our retain guard. Special grindstone has increased. Nope, we don't need that. But we're gonna do this and we're gonna take a break. I think that just makes more sense. I guess we're gonna go for a discharge build. We'll go switch out our Legion arm. Speaking of which, we got... What did we get here? We got a Legion caliber, which modifies a Legion part. Yeah, we definitely want to do that first and then take our break. I'm gonna go probably make a cup of coffee. I do still have plenty of delicious Dr. Pepper, but I'm wanting a cup of coffee. I'm fine right now, but I'm gonna need something to keep me alive and awake until, 6, when I've got to go out there and, out there to my client's house. I believe we can also change out the part while we're here. Yes, we can in fact do that. I'll try that a bit later. So we don't need to craft a Legion arm. Yeah, those are all plugs. We want to modify leakage current. Oh, we need 2 caliber for those? You know what? Actually, that makes a bit of sense. I guess we'll be holding on to our calibers then, and we'll switch out the grindstone while we're here. Of course, I'll be switching things right back if it turns out that we need to do something else, or we're fighting more.
Surprises. A puppet that keeps changing, keeps growing. I can feel a change in your ergo. Change is never easy. Look at me, a human trapped in the shackles of the past. I wish I was back in Krat before the petrification disease, before the disaster. Krat was a city of light, a city of joy. I wish I could go back, even just for one day.
Don't worry, Sophia. Maybe we can't make things like the way they were before, but maybe we can make things better. Even if it isn't for us, it'll be for the puppets. All right, so we've got our weight limit on. Let's go for that. And what kind of... Oh, yeah, okay, we need this. We definitely are going to be increasing our capacity a lot.
Welcome to...
Okay, good, good. So all we have to do now is focus. All right, so we're gonna take our second break for the afternoon. Again, thank you to everybody for being here. We've got some shilling to do when we come back. I'll try to make the break, you know, take a reasonable amount of time and not 5 minutes, but or not more than 5 minutes. But you guys know how my maintenance tasks go. Anyway, 5 minutes, 90 seconds of ad time on Twitch. Thank you guys again so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you after the commercial break. Thank you. Sorry about that. I'm back. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their extended commercial break. Yeah, definitely an extended commercial break. I did try, in fact, to get the coffee. I think we were maybe 8 minutes. We're running on 8 minutes now. Thank you again so much to everybody for hanging out here. Let's get the major shilling done, and then we can get back to playing the video game, which is what everybody really wants to see. First off, you don't have to financially support me in any way whatsoever. Your presence here is more than enough. But if you do want to go that extra mile for any reason, know that I am deeply appreciative, and it comes with a number of benefits. While tipping, bits, or donations are not really something I can provide tangibly quantifiable benefits for, as those are kind of like one-offs. You're thanking me for making content. For those that are doing repeat gifts, there are things I can do to provide you with extra quality of life for the content that I make. First and foremost, for those of you on YouTube, I recommend checking out Coffee or Patreon and getting on that Discord. You'll get about 99 to 95% of your benefits. You miss out on the emotes, but since I can't really control any ads, you don't have any ad benefits to worry about either. But getting on the Discord is a good way to close that gap. I do release thumbnails I make and any kind of future assets. I also just post future projects on the Twitch channel. I've thought about giving people who pay an advance notice on the episode and a bit more of the planning on what we do. These are just like small things I can think of that maybe not everybody thinks of, or not everybody cares to think about. Things that reward a sub or a repeatable donation, things like that. For those of you on YouTube, check out either the link tree or the links in the description. And again, get on that Discord. I'm gonna keep shilling it because I work really hard on it. Even if you're a content creator, come on, you have nothing to lose. I've got StreamCord and Notify, so whether you're on Twitch, YouTube, your Twitch or YouTube main, or you're even Trovo or Kick, if you're in any one of those 4 platforms, I have ways to spread your influence. Okay, enough shilling about that. But for those of you on Twitch, I have a few more benefits up my sleeve. First, you get emotes just for following, and again, you should probably join the Discord. But you get 5 more if you subscribe. At least a Prime will get you there, and it gets you 95% of the benefits available to Tier 1. You don't get the ads, you don't get extra priority on multiplayer games, no, that's not it. You don't get the ability to collaborate with me. I really should just make a card for this, huh? But yeah, the difference between Prime and 1 is very small, but the not getting the ability to cut through all the ads is like the biggest difference between Prime and 1. But I do think a Tier 1 subscription is your best. It is the best rate for it. You're getting the best return on investment for the money you spend here. And of course, I'm deeply appreciative of any of those. Tier 2, Tier 3 are simply thank me's. If you want the emotes at that tier, feel free to spend 10 or 25. That's how much the subscriptions cost at that level. If I can think of an appropriate Tier 2 or Tier 3 benefit, you guys will be the first to know. But Tier 1 is the best rate for your buck. And, you know, even being at Prime, you do get double quantity on your votes when we vote on games. Now that I've done all that, we are here to play a game. Also, we're shifting. I need to update the overlay actually and shift us a little bit closer to Sophie. Sophia, excuse me, as we're becoming more human. I want us to note that we have a way to detect just what kind of ending we're gaming for by listening to the things that Geppetto and Sophia say. Sophia remarks on our change, becoming more human and less like a puppet, whereas Geppetto wants us to stay a boy forever. Why? If he really cared about us, he wouldn't care what form we took. So I'm beginning to think that Sophia is in charge of the true ending somehow, or she's tied to some other endings. And I'm beginning to think Geppetto might be tied to the bad one. Perhaps being a real boy somehow. Maybe that's what that means. Like I said, this game twists the tale of the Adventures of Pinocchio, a work written by Carlo Lorenzini, on its head. There, in the story, the goal was to become a real boy. And Pinocchio did this by overcoming trials and tribulations on his adventures and learning not to lie, to tell the truth and be a good soul. Don't be a prankster, don't be a miscreant. Be a good, helpful child, and he will become a real boy. Because the fairy will make that happen for him. Here, you choose between the innocence of youth and perhaps not being fully aware of the things you do and what it means to truly be spiritually mature. Here, I think the virtue is to be human and not to tell the truth, because telling the truth seems helpful, but it doesn't make you human. Also, before we get to getting, we got a track to play. We got Divine Service, we got 3 minutes. Let's take a listen to this. I'm going to be quiet for some parts of this. If it's an instrumental, this is very pretty. I love the violin in this. Could be a viola, but I think it's a violin. Is that a accordion? Or something like an accordion? I have to wonder if there's like an uncompressed, because you can hear the record effect, right? Or maybe that's just the strokes of the guitar I'm hearing. But I think there's like a sort of purposeful compression effect in there somewhere. It's hard to perceive in the game. but I'm wondering if there's like an uncompressed version of this out there. I'm sure the listen is absolutely divine. No pun intended. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to listen to that track. And yes, we actually should listen to these tracks because they make us they make Pinocchio more human. I think you guys might be able to tell that his hair's getting longer and lighter. Almost like he's turning into what Geppetto's child would have been. I know that's kind of a tough thing to say, but that's the only thing that makes sense. Geppetto talks about us being a good boy and no resentment, no lies. But every time we lie, we grow. And Miss Antonia talked about Geppetto's grief. What if he is trying to, and this is just based on the cutscene, what if he's trying to weave the ergo into something? That he's siphoning all the ergo towards something specific, and the very act of all of that energy being transferred into something specific is causing the Grand Covenant to behave erratically. Because I'm fairly confident that's what Geppetto is doing. Again, based on the cutscene we saw when we killed the Archbishop, I'm almost 100% sure that's Geppetto. I'm open to it being wrong, and in which case it'd be whomever is actually manipulating the ergo, but I'm with Vanini on this one. Vanini has a good sharp sense for these things. I don't think it's the king of puppets that he's alluding to. I think a human mastermind is behind this. The question we probably have to ask ourselves, we still need to ask why. We need to ask why. It's important. Why would Geppetto go through all this effort? Well, maybe he came up with the Grand Covenant prior to the puppet, like the petrification disease and puppet frenzy. Or maybe the petrification disease happened first, one puppet frenzied, and then a bunch of stuff happened. It's kind of difficult to say. I'm making some inferences based on what people are saying and based on what we're seeing in cutscenes, but there's only so many inferences I can make without drawing on any kind of outside knowledge, which again, I have very little of it. I know that endings exist. I know certain things about the game from having woken up to it thanks to the YouTube algorithm, and that's pretty much it. So like I've got a smattering of pieces of information, but not anything worthwhile. All right, so we've managed to take care of that. Let's go over to the Malum district now. I get the feeling there really isn't too much else we can do until we until we do that.
Gold coin trees are said to blossom.
I'm also curious, now that we've actually burned all that decay, I wonder if there's you know, something we could perhaps do because we drained things. Only one way to find out. Oh, and then I suppose we've got that whole Trinity Key business that I also want to look into. I'm fairly confident it's in Vanini Works. Oh, where the Trinity Key is. Like, the Trinity Key being used is. I guess not. Okay, it must just be up top with the library then. That makes a ton of sense. Well, we can still, we can still get to where we're going from here. Maybe we'll change up our costume as well to reflect our sort of new nature. I'm fine with the glasses. Let's shift over to this. Let's go back to this for the time being. I think we've earned a break from rugged looks and appearances. And you thought, you admit it, you guys totally thought that I was turning because someone was gonna be there. I'm willing to bet there are things in this room. Yeah, you look, that's totally what happened. What's happening? We're aging. We're aging. Do you already see like the grayish black undertones in our hair in the light from the back? I can sort of pick them out. Note that gray doesn't necessarily mean people are old. That could be stress. But Geppetto already has like salt and pepper hair, or like he's on his way to truly graying. So, methinks we're aging. I'm probably wrong on that. I could be wrong. I get the feeling I'm actually right about this, but we need to keep being human, keep acting human, rather than being a puppet. And I think we'll find the answers to our questions. Okay. So this is like the top of the shaft here. Oh, right. We wanted... that's how silly of me. We wanted to look at the key. We wanted to find out where this key is going. Trying to think of where it might be. I guess we need to start from the top and work our way down. So let's go to the entrance and go from there. And dashing through here should be a lot easier due to our power level now. Not like so easy as to be a complete and total joke, but it should at least be easier. I sort of think it's like in one of the tunnels where like the flaming ball, like the flaming puppet balls actually are, but we're just gonna look from top to bottom. How about them apples? And we're at least getting ergo for all this, which might as well grind. It can help us buy things like Legion magazines too if we really need them. Okay, not much to do here. This guy was a one-time respawn. Yeah, see, we haven't figured out that yet. Yeah, let's turn this on. We haven't figured... This is the one secret we haven't figured out yet. I want to say that that has to do with the Trinity Key. Well, let's go find that out. Where's the music? Am I just listening to ambient noises again? I guess we're listening to ambient noises, ladies and gentlemen. And I think it's probably really important we actually don't we don't rest at a Stargazer, because I want the ability to go back to the altar. We just need to be careful right now. Okay, so far so good. Alright, so we have this was the room where we fought Leo. No, we fought the survivor who mentioned Leo by name. Puppet ball. I'll take a Legion magazine. That's one less one we need to actually worry about. Anything there? No, I didn't think so. Right, so we get this. That just brings us back here. Or we could wrap around back over there. Okay. So it's either like... See, the problem is it can't be off to the right. Or it is, and we need to fall somewhere. I guess let's test something. Okay, so this was the bottom section. This was... I do want to note that this is not where... We're going to just toss that. I do want to point out that this is not where we fought the Puppet of the Future. That was in a different pool. Yeah, that was in a pool just past the entrance. Notice we're outside right now. Just going to tap dance around, make sure we don't bump into any of these smaller puppets, which I see 2 of them right there. Come on, Sir Puppet. Goodbye. I see 2 floaters. Those should probably spawn right about now. Oops. Right. It's fine. We can always buy more of certain kinds of supplies later. Okay, so we're down here in the slumming it up in the sewage with nothing to show for it, which is fine. I wonder about something. So there was like a drop down, right? There's gotta be like some drop off point above us. From the outside, we just can't see. I think that just makes too much sense. Because why else would this ladder... that is not where the ladder is? Uh-oh, where'd it go? It's not this room. It's a different room. This is not where we fell in at. Right. So coming in over here, I'll find where it is. It's like, yeah, it's over there. So it's like somehow on this side. There's not really a way to fall down onto that, is there? Please feel free to give me a gentle hint in the right direction, by the way. I definitely don't mind some light guiding. I would have said no backseating if I didn't mind the occasional backseating. Just hints, not answers. Okay, so then we've got that there. Okay, then we have the puppets in this space completely. Any other puppets? There's got to be a secret in this room somehow. That's about the only thing I could think of that makes sense. What if it's like a different colored gas tank? No such luck. Where else could it be? Yeah, because this was the spot up here. Note that there's no way to get over to that side. I'm gonna take one more look and fall through the hole this time. I'm sorry. What? No, that's not really it either. Huh. I'm really not sure. Oh, we can also just grind for thermite. I totally forgot about that. Is there, like, a spot we could fall onto from the outside? That's another angle I didn't even think about to look at. Is, you know, perhaps there's some spot we can fall that will let us get to that particular, like, shortcut. Maybe it's due to the Trinity key? Okay, so we have this. You can't really go overboard anywhere. Yeah, it's definitely not by going this way. Yeah, it's definitely not trying to go out. It's definitely going further in. We will find this Trinity key spot. Or, you know, I might look it up on break just to see where there is a single, like, just to see if there's any at the Venini works. I know there's a spot in, on the way to the cathedral when we were making our way toward the Atoned. That supposedly had a... Just gonna walk around for a second. I don't think we gain any benefit from actually falling down that hole. Right, so we've made it through here. This is our second pass through. We now fall down. Because there is no way to get over to the other side. And even if we could, there's nothing there. We have to fall down. There's like... Is there a lever? Is there like a course? Like, let's take a look at this from this side. So there's like a gate. We drop down. I almost want to say there's a bridge that's spanning between these two things. I know that's not right, but else why would there be a ladder extending downward? But that's kind of my thought process, is we knocked down critical infrastructure, and we need to find a way to get alternative infrastructure. What about that? Never mind. Might as well head down. Head back up the ladder. Maybe try to go back over to where the red fox and black cat were. Maybe that takes us closer to the Trinity Key. The thing about shortcuts is, once you unlock them, you forget the proper paths through things sometimes. Yeah, this was above the Puppet of the Future. So we drop down. Drop down. There's... Actually, that's funny. They were the red fox and the black cat were operating a lift. They were operating a lift. Now that's gone. And if we operate it, would something actually happen? I don't think so. So, anyone ever get lost looking for something in a video game like this before? I know for me, there were many times where I, worried myself silly with stuff like this when I was playing through, like, Tales of Vesperia, or some of the older Tales games where... you could actually miss time-sensitive things and not be made aware of that. We'll wait for the next one. We can actually run quite a bit farther with our charge cells. Our pulse cells actually depleted. Okay, so we go up here. We go up here and we unlock the shortcut. We come over here and drop down for weapons. So let's go back down. This spot was... Well... Yeah, this spot had nothing. Come out. Okay, this is just a balcony. I thought it was an elevator. It's a balcony. That's fine. So over here was kind of a giant waste. And this would have been how you actually got to the duo that was there. So we definitely took a shortcut somewhere. Maybe it's this right here. Yeah, we never actually unlocked this. Ah, was this what we missed the whole time? Yeah, we kind of like went through here, but we maybe never fully explored everything yet. See, this was the Trinity door I was talking about. I knew I wasn't delusional. And I'm glad we found it without looking anything up. What do we get for our efforts? Question of the day. Did this factory worker ever think he would be destroyed like a puppet? Three, create one. You who open the door, be with the great ones. Blue Blood's tailcoat and a quartz. That's a costume. Ah, there's the titular costume. I'm wondering, this is like a book and not a record, so... You who open the door, be one with the great ones. We've solved this mystery. And we gotta find another Trinity key somewhere? Oh, we did not explore this pipe in the slightest. Now there's a saw blade. We definitely did not explore this. Well, guess what? We can make our way back here. Lie or die, ladies and gentlemen. Lie or die, do or die. Oh, no, That whole diatribe I said about being at a different stargazer, yeah, I already failed that. Let's go to the Culvert. Culvert? I think it's Culvert. Culvert is like a name. This is more like an area. So we go up this ladder. Hang a right, and then we're in the room where we found we're in the room adjacent to where the Trinity room was. It's up here. We definitely should have found this much earlier. Oh. Oh, baby, a triple. Love that. Grab this. Make sure I'm not getting stabbed in the back. Alright. Let's see you try to kill me now. Goodbye. Swordsmanship Master's Amulet. Yeah, we were definitely intended to come here earlier. Let's look at our new find, shall we? It'll be under here. Reduces weapon durability consumption. The Swordsmanship Master's graceful movements largely reduced weapon wear and tear. However, there were extremely few puppets who could imitate him even when equipped with the amulet with the record of his movements. Yeah, that's probably correct. Come on, let me move. Yeah, we definitely could have done this earlier. Okay, I believe I'm starting to say the same stuff over and over again. Don't worry, we will take a break. It'll happen soon. Just right now is not the best time. Who am I kidding? I just want to make sure I'm not missing stuff. Speaking of not missing stuff, what about up here? That's it. I believe we may have finally explored everything. I'm not 100% sure on that. Yeah, so we come out here. And we come out here, and then we find our way over to, like, the center room here. Just like we did before. Works for me. Just gonna walk up here. There might be one puppet, and then we can get rid of him. Never mind. No such puppet. Alright, so we're gonna take our final break. This one is 3 minutes instead of 5 minutes and 30 seconds of ads instead of 90. And I'll see you shortly after. You guys know what breaks mean by now. Thank you again for hanging out with me, and I'll see you after our commercial break. Thank you. Sorry about that. I am back. I was reviewing some texts from my client. Are you ready to finally go past this bloody altar? Here's the part where going past the altar doesn't actually mean anything. Thank you again for hanging out with me. Greatly appreciated. Let's enjoy these last 22 minutes together, shall we? Nope, we do not need to go this way. This was the opening pit anyway. You can see his smarmy face written on everything. The portraits, the finery, the gold. These are the classic corruptions of the church. Are we headed? We are headed down. Okay. We were told that the Malice District was supposed to be below the cathedral, so I'm thinking we're headed in the right direction. Here's where we learn that we are in fact not headed in the right direction. And it takes us... Sorry, Path of the Pilgrim. Maybe somewhere along our path. Dear old Pinocchio here. I'm sorry. Get out of here with your nonsense. I don't have time for you. Maybe here's where Pinocchio will further grow into the trappings of an old man. He might even change his name to Geppetto at that rate. And then he won't...
Once, Krat was just a small town on the coast of little importance. Before Elysian Boulevard was built, this place literally was all there was of Krat. But when some in the city prospered, they left the old town behind. Through isolation and neglect, Krat's first incarnation became nothing but dangerous alleys and desperate slums. On the bright side, I guess, the whole city of Krat's pretty much like that now. The old town caught up with the new. It's true what they say. A receding tide sinks all boats.
Well, that is just the saddest little diatribe I've heard yet. Cannot use this right now. A child who is a blessing to their family lies here. May he rest in peace. Smiling Bunny Mark. A mark carved for the Smiling Bunny. It was left in the graveyard of the Malum District tomb slums. The Smiling Bunny is the well-known sign of the Stalkers. It is said to serve as a sort of pass in certain areas. Oh, I can't imagine what would happen to us if we skipped this. Like, we got the Stalker's gesture, so we were able to not have to fight the Atoned. I think that's probably what would have happened there, is she would have been like, identification, please. You don't have identification? Die. You're a puppet. You're a puppet. Twist it. Turn it. Zing. Just had to say that. Anyway, enough about that. Vanini Engineering. I can tell because of the V-shaped mark on the boxes. Those are all Panini Lorenzini Vanini boxes. I don't know, I'm having fun with the name now. I can't be the only person who's just repeating Vanini in his head over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. I can't be the only guy doing that. I'm just choosing not to utter it 15 times in the general direction of the microphone, or out loud, or toward anyone but myself. So I think with the small chumps, it doesn't much matter, like, what kind of status we pick. They're usually going to be susceptible to it. Oh, I thought I saw, like, a pick in your hand, and I was about to be like, so they upgraded to using weapons. Wow, nice play. I have nothing to say to that except I should have been looking up. Always remember, look up. I did the typical streamer thing of forgetting to do that. And I got hit. It cost me. Ah, damn. Out of here with you. That was, I'm being an airhead, is what I'm being. Acidic crystal spear blade and handle. See, I'm... damn it. Oh, and these inflict break. Hello. That'll kill us if it works, so let's not. Say that never happened. Alright, this has got to be going back up toward the cathedral, right? Yes, this is going back toward the stargazer. Let us go to our bag. A spear blade made from a sharpened carcass spine crystal. Acid oozes continuously from the blade to corrode enemies. One of the strengths of humans is in their interest in turning anything into a weapon, but it's more than anything. It is also a terrible weakness. The handle from a spear made from a sharpened carcass spine crystal was made with a special alloy to prevent the user from being exposed to acid. Ah, see, this is another weapon we kind of want the upgrades for. Acidic crystal spear handle. Oh, right, we already read that. The alchemists have long amassed knowledge through their numerous experiments and research. Some of these experiments were twisted and inhumane. I can imagine. We'll probably not be able to quit at a stargazer. We'll just have to take the quit out in public and go from there. Alright, I see a bunch over there. You want to be careful about how deep we're going. And I see the big one up there. We're gonna go aggro the big boy. Come on. Ugh, grody. Look at all those, look at just that chunk of body was just incredible. All right, this a trap. The 100% certain a trap. Wow, getting to the Malum district sure hasn't been easy. Anything down here? No. Alright. Ah, damn it. Really gotta be careful not to, like... Oh, is it? It's just... No. That's right. Break isn't, Break is not automatic death. Break is reduced, pulse cell effectiveness, right? Yes. What in Break, your character's HP recovery through pulse cells immediately decreases. Disruption is pure death. That's the one thing we do not want. Everything... I'm sorry, what? Okay. I have a shtick, chat. Now, I know I play modded games, right? So people might be thinking, hey, Coin, sure you're not running any mods that you just don't want to tell us about? No, I'd tell you if I were. This is just straight up vanilla. Here's a misplaced, like, asset. Here's a misplaced, like, collision model or something. I don't know. That is just super nutty that we have not seen this happen until now. It doesn't even look fine from a distance. That's honest vanilla jank. Who knows, maybe people will get around to modding Lies of P in a more significant way at any point, and if so, I'll be more than happy to try those mods out. I do like this game, I just have to figure out... I have to be better at perfect guarding, because that's about the only way we're going to be getting through the video game, is to just be a better player in it. Might as well walk through here. I heard that, but I don't know what to do with that information. I guess they're just gonna try to ignore it. There's a trap here, guaranteed. I have learned so much that I know better than to do that. Speaking of, anything? Nah, simple Legion magazine, but I know this game might trap me for a whole lot less. Tomb Slums entrance. I want to say we've gone all the paths we can. Gotta be really careful right now. That wasn't too bad. Hopefully we can find a stargazer in like the next 5 minutes. That way we can wrap up. This has been fun. I do really like everything that we're doing. The game is awesome. I love playing it. It's a pleasure to play. I love all the I love the relative navigational freedom right now. I've been told that there's somewhat of a build linearity to the game, meaning one build will be better than the other eventually, and if it turns out it's like strength or I'm sorry, motivity, excuse me, then, you know, I think we should be able to get the ability to respec at some point, and if not, I guess we've activated hard mode, right? Alright. There's no way. See, I was totally expecting someone to bust through this. But that didn't happen. This feels like Blighttown, not gonna lie. Right, through here. Ah, hi there. Welcome to the stream. Glad to see you. Hope you're enjoying your stay. I'll look away from my whisper panel for like a few minutes, and there's a reply. How are you doing? Hopefully well. You're coming in on the bottom end of our stream right now, assuming that my lack of a reply has sullied that. Wanted, Black Rabbit Brotherhood. I do hear someone, so I'm not going to read that yet. Okay. Apparently that is just passive screaming off in the background. It's just the collectible then? Okay, so it just lets us know we've collected new items. Criminal group of 4 stalkers charged with theft, assault, tampering with bodies, and other serious crimes. Their base is in the Malum district, so be extremely careful when entering it. You got it, game. But how are you doing, Whisper number 1? Hopefully well. Oh, that was super close. If I didn't guard half of that, that would be a problem. Got the fire abrasive. There's even treasure to be found in a collapsing shack. Find out what happens to the greedy couple. I think we can get a good idea of what's happening to that. Because there's one. No, this one is... No! They're both male. The greedy couple. The greedy couple. I'm thinking about what that means. Sorry. We wouldn't happen to be referring to a certain fox and a certain cat with that sentence, would we? That's the thing I can think of. Okay, nothing there. I mean, I wouldn't call them a couple. I would call them more like partners. But, I mean, they could be an item. That's surely a thing that could happen. Oh, also, let's grind this up before continuing. If you're waiting for a written reply, by the way, Whisper number 1, I do not do those. Well, we get to look forward to that. Not much to do there. I'm sure if we had, like, gone up a lift or something, we probably would have made it back to the shortcut, but we get to look forward to that a little bit later. So, and by a little bit later, I mean Monday. Yeah, I would like to have some semblance of normal sleep. I would make it up on Sunday. I would be that kind of crazy, daft chap to try it, but I need sleep. And I need to make sure I am kosher for tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day that I will be servicing my clients' pets. So I need to make sure that I am there for them. And that, you know, nothing happens to their preciously adorable fur balls. Anyway, this has been another episode of Lies of P. For those of you on YouTube, thank you so much for joining me on this wonderful adventure. I kind of thought we would be at our lovely dear father, fallen Archbishop Andreas. I thought we'd be there a little bit longer, but you know, we had a good weapon, and I chose a strategy that worked. And I think that's kind of a good thing. But yeah, I don't have anything left for you. Actually, I don't have anything left for you on Twitch either. If you're on Twitch. Yeah, let me amend that outro. But yeah, especially because it's 5:37 in the evening for me. So, for those of you on both platforms, thank you very much. This is normally where I would sort of you know, do a bunch of shout outs and tell people on YouTube, you know, come join us on Twitch if you want to be there for the shout outs. But that ain't happening. I have work I gotta get done. Now, I think I've said that for the third time. I know. I'm a natural at delivery, right? I promise. Hey there, Whisper number 2. I am doing well. Thank you for asking. You came in right at the end of the stream. Thank you very much for the follow. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm quite sure I should have gotten an alert for that. No, actually, I wouldn't have gotten an alert for that. Never mind. Yep, because I just realized how I configured the follow alert. But enjoy those free emotes. And if you hadn't considered it, please consider joining the Discord. I'll put the link in the Twitch chat. You may choose to accept it or not. Here's the link in the YouTube chat as well. It might take a second for Nightbot to fire it off, so I will make sure I'm live long enough. I look forward to showing you guys more Lies of P. The game is fun. And if you hadn't considered checking out Carlo Collodi's work, or Carlo Lorenzini, that's his real name, his family name, then please, consider Googling the guy's work, The Adventures of Pinocchio. Go read the original. Definitely read the original, because the Disney work is... The 1940 Disney film, simply called Pinocchio, is like a great adaptation. It's considered a classic Disney masterpiece, but it wouldn't have existed if this guy didn't write the original story. There is no Jiminy Cricket. There's simply the talking cricket, and the Great Fairy takes on like a completely different tone in the book as opposed to the film. Like, lots more profound things happen in the novel compared to the film, which was what I would like to call being Disney-fied, where it was kind of virtue washed for children so that they wouldn't be scarred for life watching the film, which I think makes a lot of sense, but inevitably some things lose meaning when you do that. Yeah, please go check out the original work. I greatly recommend it. Now, thank you guys so much for hanging out on stream with me, either on YouTube or on Twitch, and thank you very much as well for the other follow, Whisper number 1. I hope to see both of you guys back next time, and I will be on the ball about those whispers. Promise. I just happened to look away when I didn't mean to or didn't want to. My bad. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Have a good rest of your day. Well, I'll see you on Monday. Note that I do not stream tomorrow. I'll be streaming on Monday. Part of joining the Discord will be getting the Google Calendar invite so that you can, keep your schedule synced with mine if that's what you want to do. You're welcome back here in my place anytime on my channel, on my Discord, in my DMs. I do not care where it is. You're welcome here anytime. And with that, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.